Welcome back to Interviews. Today we're breaking down episode 10 of Atelier. The episode was titled A Promise in Silver. Like, I, I know I keep saying this about like every this anime, but like this one was like this was really like the one of the most beautiful episodes the show has like ever given us. Like, it was less mystery, like less like action, but like more like actually character development than I was expecting. And like it somehow made me care more about like a side character than most like anime manage with like the entire cast of characters. You have like there's some anime like you actually don't even give a shit about like the main characters, excluding like they said like the supporting characters are non-believable, but like the main characters themselves you kind of really don't even care about them. But like this show kind of does something different. Like it genuinely made me like actually care about the main characters, the side character. I mean, also, Qifrey like spent a portion of this episode gaslighting a child, and like I really found this really funny because like this entire episode alone is just Qifrey gaslighting Tertius. It was just him like gaslighting a child. Like the gaslight in this episode was immaculate. It was insane. I enjoyed every bit of it. Anyway, let's get into the episode itself. The episode kind of picks up like after like Coco collapsed from like exhaustion. Adult adopted. I think it was it probably mental. Was it this doctor? Yeah, yeah. It was this doctor. Anyway, she kind of explains that like Coco kind of like or essentially just overworked herself and has been sleep deprived, which we can tell she was sleep deprived because last episode she was having like a nightmare about what like everything that essentially happened from episode 1 to 9. So which kind of also led to her like pushing herself really hard to like actually learn magic faster than her body could like sustain. And this episode Kify kind of like gets called out for allowing like his apprentice to reach this point. And for once he kind of like he really looks genuinely like guilty about it. Like sometimes most of like me, I always call out Kify for like sometimes acting like he's two-faced. Like I know he cares about Coco, but like I know he also wants to find the big gaps. But like this scene, he really looked genuinely like he was worried about it. And he wasn't worried about like him losing like a pawn to like a clue to like finding the building cap. He was worried about losing his apprentice, losing one of his students, Coco, losing like someone, a family member to him. I don't know if he considers her a family member, but to Coco, I think he is like the closest thing to family that she has right now. And like he was really like, really worried about her. Good for him. And he ends up like using like um water magic to like cool the room down to make her more comfortable. Like a small gesture that kind of says more than any apologies. And like it's like I find it really funny for someone who really hates water. His main attribute right now is water because in each and every scene, every fight, like he uses water and he said he hates water. It's almost like it's really contradicting to him because like someone who hates water would probably like use fire to actually like the opposite of water, So like, but him, his main is water. Even now, his main is water. It's it's ironic and funny at the same time, to be honest. And like this is like the first time the story directly confronts the cost of Coco's determination to like save her mother. Like her determination is admirable, like don't get me wrong, but like she is still a child. Like I don't know, probably 9 or 10. I wouldn't say she's 12. I don't know. I feel like she's in her nines or tens right now. And like I really love how the show kind of keeps reminding us of that she is, still a child. In most animes, you kind of like completely forget. You kind of forget about it. Like we see her as like a capable and driven. We see her as capable, driven, and then the story kind of pulls back and says, yes, she is all that, but like she is also like a 12-year-old child. I googled it. I think I don't know if Google is wrong, right or wrong, but like she is still like a 12-year-old child, and she kind of like made herself sick. Who she she made herself sick trying to like fulfill expectations that are really placed on her. Like for Coco right now, she has, there's an expectation from Kifrey himself. He also wants to learn more about the Bring Perhaps. She also has the guilt of like trying to actually. She doesn't even know if her mother is alive or not. I don't know, but like she also has like that other guilt of like almost killing her friends. She has so much stacked upon her right now that no wonder her body actually collapsed. She is just a kid. Like she is a 12-year-old child. Like we have too many expectations on her. And like I love how WeChat Atelier is not like your typical like anime, because in most anime, like I grew up watching Naruto, I watched Dragon Ball. Like during like the show wouldn't like actually remind you, like it wouldn't like even when watching like Naruto, you actually fight like grown adults. Like it wouldn't remind you that he was a child. Like he was a child during all that things that happened. He was still a child, but like the show kind of like bl- puts a blind on it, and like okay, what I'm essentially trying to say, like the show, most animes don't show you that side, that like the mental strain that comes with like all the burden that they have with. We kind of get to see that in Naruto, like base like I would say Naruto is like the only anime we actually get like to see his, not I'll say some of like Naruto, not Shippuden Naruto, like the OG Naruto itself. I would say first season Naruto. It's where we kind of actually see how like the strain he was dealing with like as a child of a Jinchuriki. But like in most animes, we actually don't actually get to see that, and that's why I think Richard Atelier is like genuinely a really amazing show. Anyway, enough with the glaze. Let's continue with the episode. Um, at the end of episode 9, if you all remember it, Ter goddamn Turcha. I know I just keep forgetting how to say his own. Like I watched the anime, of course. I know how to say, it, but like I hear it, I just don't know how to like say it. Anyway, Turcha like asked Qifrey about like the mysterious light he witnessed. Like many people, even including me, like expected like that conversation to like happen immediately. Like instead, the doctor kind of arrives and the moment is paused, and then we kind of have another scene where he asks him during like, he didn't essentially ask him. Kifri kind of like blew him off, telling him that the question he was trying to ask can be asked another time because Coco is sick and it's not like the right time to it. And like I understand what he's saying, but like to me right now, it just feels like he's gaslighting the child right now, because like that's like he's doing everything in his power to actually not answer that freaking question. Like the gaslighting right now is immaculate right now. Like he is doing everything except answering the freaking question. Like Kifri is acting innocent right now. Like it's I want to say it's really funny. Like it's just how my mind works to me. Like it's the most funny shit of the episodes, and I know that like the anime wasn't trying to make it funny, but like to me this shit is hella funny. I just enjoyed it so much. As we continue, leaving the hospital, Tesha accidentally like drops his witch hat. Like without it, he can't like board the ferry, which is kind of like a boat. I don't know where Tesha stays, but like I know it's a boat. It's not a really big boat. Like I thought a ferry would be big, but like it's like a small rowing boat. Yeah, it's the ferry is essentially, it looks like this. No, it is this. This is the fairy. Like, I was expect like it's a fantasy world. I was expecting like a bit about, but like I don't know. I feel like they should have done something with the boat. I don't know why I'm complaining about the boat. Okay, the boat just made me really upset. I really wish something could have been done about the boat. Fix the boat. Anyway, let's continue. And like anyway, that one mistake, like kind of that one mistake, him dropping the hat keeps him like close to Coco, and everything that follows in the episode flows from it. Like that hat drop, him dropping his hat, is like what pushed the story forward. And like this is like genuinely like great story, like really great storytelling. Like a dropped hatch becomes like the pivot point for like an entire character arc. When I first saw the and like there's one thing I was kind of like confused, like when I first saw the fairy, like when I saw the guard actually turn him down, like I was kind of like confused about why, like like it's a boat. It's not a really good boat, to be honest. What the hell is he turning him down? But then the final shots of the final shots of like the episode show like the magical skills on the thing. I don't really know what this is. I'm not really like a big boat person, but like this is like a magical sail, and like as we essentially know, like non-majors cannot actually know what magical skills are. They can't even see a magical skill. So them turning them down was okay. And for those thinking that I'm complaining about, like, look at the freaking, like, it's not a good boat. Like, I don't know, like, this is a really big city. Like, I don't know, like, maybe because there are fewer witches, but like, I feel like since it's like a boat for witches, shouldn't it look like magical? Like, I don't know, just shouldn't, like, it looks like a regular boat. They could have done more with it, like, it just looks like a boat with like a big wheel on the back, which is just the seal. Like I know I'm really hooked up on this boat, but like I feel like they could have done something else with that boat. Like that boat does not look good. It's like the worst boat I've ever seen. It's a regular boat with like a giant spin wheel at the end. Like essentially, this is like Tisha could have actually gone to a craftsman, made a boat, and actually gone home by himself. Like that's how dog shit the boat looks right now. I don't know why am I so frustrated about the boat? Like it's a boat. Why am I mad about the boat? God. Anyway, let's go back to like the episode itself, since I kind of like skipped the middle sections of the everything, just complaining about the boat. Let's walk a few steps back. A nearby building like catches on fire. Like injuries kind of follow. We have fires. Like Qifrey is called away to like help, and Coco is we have the sick Coco on the bed. But like the one thing that really frustrated me about this, like this scene is okay. Like I understand, like Qifrey didn't want to go because like Coco was sick. He wanted like be close to his princess, but like we also knew at the end of the day he would actually go, because it's a witch's job to like save people. But like background character number 54, like god damn, this guy is so arrogant. Like this guy sees Cupid like watching like over a sick child and still like insists. Like it wasn't like like that insistence where like he doesn't, how do I say it, it was it was so aggressive, like he was, as you can see in the scene, he was pulling him like we owe him something, like and like I wouldn't even be mad because if it was like a one-time thing, but like this happens again even after like Kifri helps like put out the fire. This person comes back suggesting that he stays and clears the debris, like because it's easy for, which is like this man has left a child sick on the bed. Think, for fuck's sake, god damn. Like I really wanted to like slap the living shit out of him. Like he looked, it wasn't like, from a standpoint, like you kind of like understand him because like there's a witch, there's a building on fire, people could die, but like the way he was approaching this, like he was approaching us, he was ordering, like he was essentially just ordering us to like do his work. Like bitch, we're not your personal guards. Like I don't know, like I feel like Kifri should have like told him off, like actually telling him that we aren't like his helpers or anything. Like we aren't here to like actually help you. We're no we're he should, what I'm trying to say, like Kifri should have at least put him in his place, because like the way he was acting was like really pissing me off. And I feel like Kifri was really pissed off at the same time, because he left a sick child, a 12-year-old kid, in the hospital alone, essentially. A child who before even if like a few hours ago was having nightmares. like it's I really I hope he doesn't show up in more like episodes because I really hate this guy. Like if he showed up in like another episode, I would crush the freak out. Like I just hate him. Let's just go like anyway with like Kifrey who was gone because of that background character. I didn't even do any research on his name because I'm that pissed off. I really don't even. I feel like learning his name would be like a waste of memory space for me. Anyway, let's continue. Teacher is kind of like left to help Coco alone, and he immediately hits like an obstacle. Like he wow, as it was already like established, he sees the world in like shades of silver and gray, and like in the hospital full like of unlabeled medicine bottles that like most doctors kind of distinguish them by color. He cannot tell them apart. And like I in the episode itself, it was kind of giving us the reasoning of why the doctors don't put labels on them, because essentially like they don't want to have mix-ups where like someone probably does like I don't know, fools around with them and like ends up hurting people. But like this should I don't know if like silver wash is like a condition, but like they should have labels on them, because like I don't know, I feel like having to memorize each medicine by the distinction of like how colorful it is, how soluble it is really really like stupid, because like that's what labels are for, like to actually tell you which medicine is which. Because what if there's an intern who kind of mistakes one medicine for another? Because in this episode Trisha kind of finds like three medicines which kind of describe the medicine he was looking for. They were odorless, I think. I don't know what other thing. They also turn the odorless, and they kind of like once if you remove the water, they up they are the powders. So like he found like three medicines that actually describe that thing. So like having labels is essentially like really helpful, because if an intern was to come and get a medicine and you have three bottles which actually like describe the thing that you're looking for, it's kind of like a mix up will happen and someone will actually probably get poisoned. So I feel like it was actually essentially stupid of them to actually leave unlabeled medicine. And like since the episode we kind of made Terrorish. God, why do I keep forgetting how to say his name? Like, anyway, I spent like a lot of time wondering why Silverwatch was like a significant barrier to like becoming a mage, because for a magic for a witch you kind of like just need ink, a paper, and tools. So why does like color actually matter? This episode kind of explains it clearly. Like complex magic kind of requires like specific dyes. Without like the ability to distinguish color out like accurately, the ceiling of magic is like essentially you won't be able to use like complex magic. It's like at best you'll be like a beginner for the rest of your life. And we kind of in Tourist Factor, we kind of like have people like telling him his whole life that there are things that he simply cannot do because of his condition. And he kind of had like carried that weight all on his own. Like this whole time he was carrying that burden of himself. And then we kind of have like Coco kind of remembers something, that reversing magic circles reverses the spell's effect. So she kind of sketches like an inverted version of like a spell we kind of saw in earlier episodes. I forgot the name of the spell, but like it kind of shatters the rocks into dust, because she is sick and she has a fever. Tyrdes kind of like takes over and completes her magic spell. This moment is like the thesis of the episode, and one of like the best expressions of what witchhatatelier is always in. Magic isn't like essentially about power. Like magic, it's about creativity, like the knowledge and like the cooperation between people. Like neither Coco nor Tyrdes could have actually solved this alone. Coco is sick; she doesn't really know how to like properly draw a magic circle, and Tyrdes can actually hasn't like actually had any form of witch training. He probably knows how to like make inks, but like at best that's the only thing he knows how to do. But like together they were actually able to find a way to work through it, which I really loved. I really enjoyed that. I'm probably gonna end this review here. I've essentially gone way overboard with like time wise, and I don't have like a question of the day for today, but like I'll say I'll make one for tomorrow for the next episode of Atelier. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. I'm Hunter, and I'll see you in the next one.